Does your dog usually sit in your chair? Because there are 5 secret reasons why he does that.
And the most curious part is that most dog parents have no idea. So, shall we start?
You're going to be surprised. Number 1, he wants your scent and safety.
When your dog sits in your chair, the most common explanation is pretty simple.
He's after your scent and the emotional comfort you represent. But the reason will surprise you. The chair you use every day gets soaked with your smell, and for your dog, that's basically a security blanket. When you're not around, he looks for the place that feels the most like you. And guess what? It's the chair where you work, watch TV, or use your computer. For him, lying there is almost like lying in your lap, just in a portable version.
It's his way of feeling that you're still close, even when you've left the house.
This behavior is even more common in dogs that are very attached to their owner, those that follow you all over the house and always want to lie where you are. When you get up, they simply occupy the space. It's not necessarily a power struggle, it's continuity. You leave, he enters. In many cases, his body is completely relaxed, paws turned to the side, calm breathing.
If you come back, he's fine with getting down or just shifts position without showing tension, growling, or resistance.
That's a clear sign that for him, the chair is a place of comfort, not a throne of power. There's also the routine factor. If every day at certain times you're in that chair, your dog associates that spot with calm moments. You focused, sitting down, usually without big bursts of movement. It's a predictable scenario, and dogs love predictability. The chair becomes a kind of calm zone. While you're away, he tries to recreate that feeling by occupying the same place. It's not that he wants to be you, he wants to feel what he feels when he's with you. Safety, rest, and a certain peace.
That's why when you see your dog curled up in your chair, you don't need to instantly interpret it as defiance or disrespect.
Many times, it's pure attachment. Of course, that doesn't mean you're forced to think it's cute and allow it forever. But understanding that in his head, sitting there is a way to stay close to you, even in your absence, helps you handle the situation more calmly. From there, you can redirect that attachment to a comfy dog bed or a mat in the same room, without turning a simple search for security into unnecessary conflict. 2, he wants the best spot in the house.
Another common interpretation when your dog sits in your chair is much more practical. He simply wants the best spot in the house.
Dogs aren't dumb and don't care at all about social etiquette. If that chair is softer, higher, catches a nice breeze, faces the window, or has a privileged view of the door, he looks at it and thinks, perfect, this is where I'm going to stay. From his point of view, there is no such thing as the owner's place. What exists is comfort, pleasant temperature, strategic position to watch the environment, and a good physical sensation.
We tend to interpret this behavior as something loaded with emotional meaning, but sometimes it's almost engineering.
He tests different places in the house, feels where it's less hot, where the cushion sinks better, where the noise is lower, picks his favorites, and starts using them. If by coincidence, the best spot in the house is exactly the chair where you spend your day, that explains everything. It's the same reason why so many dogs choose the cool bathroom floor, the living room rug, or the edge of the sofa. They kind of draw a comfort map with their body and always go back to the spots that feel the best. There's also the height factor. Chairs and armchairs put the dog higher off the ground, and that changes how he perceives the environment. From up there, he can see the door, the hallway, the street through the window better. For an animal that likes to watch over his territory, that's a huge bonus. Some dogs love to be on watch, even without being reactive or noisy. They simply like to keep track of what's going on. The chair becomes a mix of comfy bed and private lookout point.
If that's the case with your dog, you'll notice he doesn't show tension when you come close, doesn't act like he owns the place, doesn't stiffen his body.
He might even stand up as soon as he sees you arriving, like he's saying, "Oh, the VIP seat's real owner is here." That shows he's not trying to take anything from you. He was just enjoying the best available spot. If you don't like him sitting there, the solution is to offer comfortable, well-placed alternatives. A soft bed near the window, a mat in a cool area, a place where he can lie down and still observe the room. Many times, just creating a plan B as good as your chair is enough for your dog to start preferring his own space without turning a simple quest for comfort into drama. 3, he's using the chair as social status.
The third scenario is when your dog sits in your chair, and that has a more social weight. He may be using that spot as a status resource, a kind of strategic position inside the house.
Here, the key detail is not just where he sits, but how he reacts when you come close. If, as you approach, you feel his body getting stiff, his eyes hard, maybe a low growl, or that "I don't want to get out of here" face, that's a red flag. It's no longer just comfort or missing you. The chair starts to work as a valuable asset he wants to control. In dog language, this is resource guarding, and the chair goes into the same category as bones, toys, and even people. This type of behavior usually appears in dogs that never had very clear boundaries from the beginning, or that learned, in practice, that standing their ground works. For example, he jumps on the chair, you ask him to get down, he resists, you give up. From his point of view, the lesson is simple. If I hold my position, I keep what I want. Over time, this can escalate into growls, nasty looks, blocking you physically from the chair, and other signs that he's not just using the spot, he's trying to decide who controls that space. It's not about movie-style alpha dominance, it's about a dangerous habit, the dog believing he can control access to what matters. When that happens, the worst answer is to go straight into physical confrontation, yelling, or harsh punishment. That only increases the tension and, in many cases, makes the dog even more defensive. The smarter path is to go a few steps back and work on the idea that all resources in the house go through you. That means training him to get off the chair on cue, rewarding him when he gets down calmly, teaching that getting off is not losing, it's gaining something else, a treat, affection, access to another comfy place. If you notice he's already going too far, growling hard, trying to lunge, guarding other resources too, then it's time to involve a trainer or veterinary behaviorist. Because at that stage, it's no longer a cute little gesture. It's a clear sign that the relationship is out of balance and needs to be reorganized before someone gets hurt. 4. He's anxious and looking for closeness.
When your dog sits specifically in your chair only when you're not there, circles the spot where you usually stay, and spends the whole day following you around the house. We're not just talking about being needy or cute.
This looks a lot like separation anxiety, or at least an exaggerated attachment. For this kind of dog, you're not just the owner, you're the safe harbor, the emotional center of his life. When you're home, he calms his anxiety by sticking to you. When you leave, he tries to ease the discomfort by occupying the place where you normally are. The chair becomes an emotional substitute, a way to soften the feeling of emptiness. It has your scent, your routine, your symbolic presence. It's as if he were thinking, if I stay here, it's almost like he's still with me. That's why many dogs only choose the chair when the house is empty or when you're in another room. And it's no coincidence that this comes together with other signs. He stands up every time you stand up, follows you to the bathroom, lies down touching your feet, gets restless when you grab keys, shoes, or a bag, barks or cries when you close the door. The problem is that if this pattern isn't addressed, it tends to get worse over time. The dog starts having more and more trouble relaxing on his own, may develop destructive behaviors, excessive vocalization, or even physical symptoms of stress. The chair, in this scenario, is almost a thermometer. The more he needs it to feel okay, the less he's managing to self-regulate. That doesn't mean you need to become cold with your dog, but you do need to start teaching him that the world doesn't end when you leave the room or the house. Small independence exercises make a difference. Moments when you're in one room and he's in another. Rewarding him when he chooses to lie in his own bed. Creating a predictable routine of leaving and coming back without over-the-top celebrations. Avoiding turning every reunion into an emotional show. The more predictable and stable your behavior is, the less he'll need to use your chair as an emotional crutch. And if you notice that he goes into real panic when you leave, it's worth taking that seriously and getting help from a professional, because at that point, it's no longer a cute habit. It's real suffering. 5. He learned that it works.
There's also the simplest and, at the same time, most overlooked scenario. Your dog sits in your chair because he figured out that it works.
He jumps up, you look, think it's funny, grab your phone to take a picture, talk to him with that sweet voice, pet him, laugh, send the picture to the family on WhatsApp. From the human side, it's just a cute moment. From the dog side, it's a practical conditioning lesson. Every time I sit here, something good happens. Little by little, his brain builds a direct association. Chair equals attention, interaction, contact. And dogs are addicted to attention, especially from owners who talk to them, look at them, react to everything they do. It doesn't matter if you're saying, "Hey, you little rascal, get off my chair," or, "Oh, how cute." For him, what counts is the package: your gaze, your voice, your touch. Even when you complain, you're paying for the behavior with something precious: yourself. That's why many times, even when people try to scold the dog, he repeats the scene the next day. He tries again because statistically, that strategy has already paid off somehow. And the more you reinforce it without noticing, the stronger the habit becomes. The result is that classic situation. You walk into the room, he's in your chair, makes that "oops, you caught me" face. You talk to him, pull him down, maybe even laugh, and boom, another deposit in the account of that behavior. If you don't want this anymore, the solution is not drama, it's strategy. First, stop rewarding it. No laughing, no photos, no talking or petting when he's in the chair. You just take him down calmly and put him somewhere you want him to use, like his bed. Second, you start doing the opposite. Every time he goes on his own to his bed or any allowed spot, then yes, you pour on the attention, affection, treats, and praise. You start teaching that staying in the right place equals it works. Over time, the balance shifts. What used to be a clever move to get your attention becomes a behavior that's not worth insisting on because it no longer gives any payoff. Instead, he discovers there are other ways to reach you that don't involve stealing your chair. So, to wrap up, we've seen that your dog may sit in your chair to seek your scent and safety, simply because it's the most comfortable spot in the house, or even as a social status point when he starts guarding that space.
In other cases, it reveals separation anxiety, an excessive attachment where he uses your chair as a substitute for your presence, or just a habit that you yourself reinforced without noticing, giving him attention every time he did it.
If you want to understand these behaviors better and learn how to fix them without fighting with your dog, click on subscribe to see more.